Hi guys. So about a week and a day ago, I got back from my 3 week solo trip in Europe and I went to Amsterdam, Paris, Barcelona, and London slash rural England. And I'm going to be making a video today about my culture shocks in England. And I didn't want to do just culture shocks of London because I was only there TBH for like a day in London, and I really spent most of my time because I was in England for about 5 days, and I spent most of my time in like the rural slash other areas. I mean, there were some areas that were like cities, but yeah. So this was very much me traveling around a little bit, and so I was like, okay, this is an England video, and I can only get so much in 5 days, guys. So don't sue me, okay? Because I will be back. I do want to go back, and I want to check out other places too in the UK, like Scotland and everywhere else. Yeah. So here are some things that kind of gave me culture shocks. Okay. So the first thing I kind of noticed when I got there was because I have a friend that stays in London. So I ended up meeting up with that friend and staying with that friend. So, yes, this part of the leg was actually with a friend because the rest of the trip was purely solo. Like, I didn't know anybody before going on the vacay there. And then I ended up meeting friends, obviously, on the vacay. But the first thing that I noticed was kind of a culture shock was like pubs there aren't just like your average bar. And I feel like pub culture, like me learning it and observing it, even when I went with my friend and I was at a pub with his family, like it looks like families gather there. People just go there and like have community events. Like I remember we were talking to the pub like worker and I don't know if they like it's not called bartender. I don't know if there's a word for it. Don't eat me up. But so we were talking to them and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're having the community thing here, like this event next week." And I was just like, "Oh, like no, not next week. Like it was like that weekend." And I was just like, "Oh, they're like having like a whole like family community like neighborhood event at this like pub." I was like, "Okay, that's tea." Like it's because like family events and bars don't like mix really in the U.S. Like you don't really do that. I mean, if you do, period. But I would say that's common. But over there, like seeing that no, like the pub is like it's the community. I'm just like, okay, cool. Like noted. I live. So yeah. The next thing that kind of shocked me, that honestly this gags me. This is really, 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 really shocked me because it's just something I don't know if people talk about it online because it's not like it's nothing to be like like oh like let me tell you what happened. But no, it was just like another thing that I just didn't find anywhere and that I didn't know about was how like especially in rural areas and like villages and stuff. And also villages is like a whole different meaning, I feel like. Like I feel like when you think village in the US, like you don't really think village. You just think like small town, like rural area. Like I feel like village in my brain reminds me of like I don't know, like back in the day or something. But over there, village, the word village is like very common for like those type of areas, but it's not like what you would think. Anyway, okay, look, I'm jumbling my words. Anyways, a thing that really shocked me was how tiny the roads were, especially in rural areas. Now, in regular, like in London and other parts, like where it's like bigger city, okay, yeah, you got like regular size road or whatever. But when I tell you, when I was going to the countryside, when I was going in the rural ways, it was like mind you, the cars already are a little bit smaller, like not like a lot, but like they're a little bit smaller. Um, and like there were times where we literally would have to stop and like get out the way and like let another car pass because like two cars physically couldn't fit on the road, and that was shocking to me. I'm like, y'all drive like this? Because my only thing is because low key this did happen to us because we were getting a taxi. We got in a taxi and we were going back to the house, and we literally were going. I don't know how fast. It wasn't like too fast, but it was fast enough, and like we didn't almost hit a car, but like it was like right here, and then we would like had to get out the way, so like because the other car had the right of way, and it was just like, but like why is the road like only single like that gags me? I was just like, this is like a single road, but it's meant for two cars to come, but like two cars can't fit. So I'm like, how are we doing this? Like, yeah, we have the yield, but I'm also like, this is crazy. Like, but yeah, so that really shocked me. I don't know. That like I said, it's not like a thing where it's like, oh my gosh, but that was just like a wow. Okay, I did not know this. So yeah. What else? Another thing that was kind of like a culture shock slash like awesome moment with, to me was that history was just literally everywhere. And what I meant by that is, like I said, I stayed in more so the rural like side of England, and I stayed in like the countryside. But even the countryside over there in like the countryside in the US, throw like if you're an American, I can't speak for any other nation, but if you're an American, throw your idea of the country out of the window, because think about country, you think about all that grass and all the tractors and barnyards and stuff like that. No, babes, like that's not the country over there. Like the country over there is so different. Like I literally, me and my friend, we were walking, and we walked like maybe, I don't know how long it was, like a mile or maybe two, and we literally saw a castle. And this was like the country part, and it was just like, and it's like a fully functioning, now it's like a diner slash wedding venue slash something else. But I was just like, we're in this random like rural country town area, but there's like literally a castle from people that I forgot. My friend explained it to me. It was like some rich people lived there at one point, but it was just like in this random small area versus in the US, miles and miles. Like maybe there's a house here, like whatever. But it's just like history was everywhere. And then even when I was in London and I like saw Big Ben and I saw like all like I saw the main things like the obviously where the royals used to live, and I saw like all the main stuff that you like see in the TV shows and the movies. Yeah, I saw that, and I was just like, the history here goes crazy. It goes insane. So that just kept shocking me, because I'm like, I learned about this in school. Like I've like seen this in movies, and it's just in my face. And I feel like that's such a flex. Like when you're from like a city like this or a country like that, where it's just like you have so much history, and like it's just like your everyday. You're like, yeah, like duh, like Big Ben is right here. Come on now, like, and yeah, we have Buckingham Palace right here. Okay, what about it? I'm just like, y'all ate that. Like y'all really ate that. So yeah, that was like a culture shock for me, just having history literally everywhere. Okay, the next thing that was also kind of a culture shock to me, because back to the villages, and like I said, they use the word more villages, but it doesn't mean what I would think it meant. But in the villages, like I feel like they genuinely looked like movie sets. Like the houses looked like cookie cutter perfect, like next to each other, like smaller next to each other, and then like the hills, and then the way it was just set up. Like I feel like, babes, we could have pulled out the camera and shot like a Marvel movie right here. Come on now, like it just really gave scenery. Why did it take me that long to bring that word out? I don't know, but it looks so cool. I genuinely liked how the architecture was, and yeah, so that was nice seeing that. I was like, babes, everywhere here, we can literally pull out the camera. Let's make a film. So yeah, oh my gosh. So another culture shock that I had was like actually speaking with the slang. And not actually, it's not slang. Let me take that back. It's not slang, but it's literally their vocabulary. As in, like, what I mean by their vocabulary, I mean like British English. Like, you know how? Okay, so in the U.S. we say apartment, they say flat, or in the U.S. we say fries and they say chips. And me actually like hearing it and like using it, because like, I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like I'm good at that. Like I feel like I'm like good at hearing something and just automatically start using it. Like at first I'm like, ooh, that's like different. But okay, I'm in. So I literally would be talking about properties with them. I'm like, oh yeah, they're flat. Like, and they would be like, yeah, they're flat. I'm like, yeah, the flat over there, like they have a nice size flat. Or like they're like, you want some chips? And I'm like, no, I don't need any chips, thanks. Like I was like, I'm using the slang, even though it's not slang, it's just the vocabulary. But I was like, yeah, it was just actually being in the moment. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there are some people that feel like that here. They're like, you fries? I'm like, yeah, fries. They're like, chips. I'm like, yeah. So it was just cool, like actually being in the moment. Mind you, this is like something so minor. Some people are like, Branson, you're just over exaggerating. But I'm like, no, it was just cool. It was just cool for me, like using the vocabulary. Okay. Anyways, and another thing that kind of gave me a culture shock too, this is probably the final thing, but that back to the pubs, like the oldest building or the oldest thing in the area might be your local pub, like, or you're like, and that was what gagged me because, okay, I need to stop using the word gag. I just need to say shocked. That's what shocked me. That is what's another synonym for shocked? I can't remember. But that just really was crazy to me because they were like, oh yeah, like my friend told me that something about the Red Lion. A lot of like older pubs in England are called the Red Lion. I hope I'm saying that right. And yeah, like so like in the village that we were like in, he was like, "Oh yeah, this is like the oldest pub in like this region of the like nation and blah blah blah, all this other stuff." And I was just like the pub is like the oldest thing here. Like that's crazy. Like that's so cool though. Like wow. And like we were still at the pub, so it was just nice learning history. Okay, me and history. Like, a lot of this was just me being like, wow, a different part of the earth. Love it. So thank y'all for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me. Maybe some of y'all are like, I kind of knew this, but at least you watched it. Hopefully you like my personality. Maybe. I don't know. But thanks for watching this video. Let me know if you guys haven't had any culture shocks in England or in other cities or countries or whatever. But yeah, I love y'all so much. And bye.